A year ago, Dr. Mara Ellison, a well-regarded trauma psychologist, lost her teenage son, Danny, in a car crash. Unable to cope with the guilt and grief, she takes a leave of absence from her practice and moves to the small, secluded town of Greybridge for what she hopes will be a year-long sabbatical. She takes up residence in an old, drafty lake house that she inherited from a distant uncle she barely remembers. The house is huge, cold, untouched, filled with strange half-burned candles and strange wooden totems. The locals are polite but standoffish, speaking in old sayings and watching her from their windows. One morning, she finds small bone charms placed near her doorstep, apparently for protection. That night, she has a dream, or more accurately, a vision, of an elk-headed figure limping through the forest. In the morning, she brushes it off as a stress dream, but soon begins having them almost nightly. A mouth filled with teeth grows out of the bark of a tree. A massive stone idol buried beneath the lake rises to the surface and begins humming. She finds old journals in the attic, written by her uncle documenting sightings of a mysterious figure that the locals worship in secret, a healer of grief they called the Crooked Saint, who demanded silence, solitude, and something else, something alive. She also discovers an old VHS tape hidden behind a loose brick. On it, her uncle speaks directly into the camera, eyes wide with terror. He explains that if you see him in the trees, don't run. He's already behind you. Drawn to the mystery, Mara begins exploring the surrounding forest. She finds ancient stone monoliths carved with strange runes older than the town itself. And she keeps seeing glimpses of the man from her dreams in the tree line, always watching her, always closer than the last time. People begin disappearing, only to reappear days later, changed, smiling too widely, speaking in riddles, no longer crying or making a sound. Children stop crying, and instead sing songs about the crook saint who takes your sorrow and gives you back silence. Alarmed, Mara tries calling the police, but her phone doesn't work in this part of the woods. She runs to her car and nearly jumps out of her skin when it turns over and nearly crashes. Something in the back seat moving. Then she sees it, a dark shape hunched over in the corner. She slams the door and runs back to the house. In the morning, she finds the small bone charms from before, now arranged in a circle at her doorstep, along with a note written in the same cipher as the journal entries. It says, "Heed the message the dear God sends. Your silence is needed. You are needed." Desperate, she calls her brother, only to find that her phone has no signal. Then she hears a knock at the door. No one's there. But when she opens it, she finds her son's old toy on the welcome mat. She didn't bring that with her. That night, she hears chanting in the forest and creeps to her window to see a procession of townspeople carrying branches and flowers gathered around the base of the idol in the lake. When the moon hits its peak, the water around the idol begins to boil. Then the idol itself begins to rise, splitting into two pieces to reveal a terrifying, emaciated figure with antlers. It isn't walking, exactly. It's limping, dragging itself closer and closer to shore. Mara hides, paralyzed with fear. In the morning, she finds a new entry in her uncle's journal. Every 27 years, a vessel is needed. This year, it will be her. She runs to the lake, but it's too late. The saint is waiting for her on the other side, beckoning with a finger. With a sob, she throws herself into its arms. It envelops her in a shroud and gently splits her chest open. She gasps, but it's not painful. She feels her son's presence. She hears his voice saying, "It's okay, Mom. He can bring me back. He just needs you." And so Mara steps willingly into the saint's embrace as it stitches her chest closed with gold thread. The next morning, the villagers find Mara's empty clothes on the shore and celebrate with a feast. Mara walks through town, her face pale, her voice gone, her eyes black and soulless. She sees the children playing by the lake and smiles faintly, hearing their song about the crooked saint. The sky is clear and the lake is calm. Back in Boston, a boy wakes in a hospital bed confused and alone, not realizing he isn't the only one who came back.